Hi everybody, I'm Sergio with Mobility Direct and welcome to our YouTube channel. Thanks for stopping by. In today's video, we're going to give you a review of the Transformer 2 mobility scooter. Alright, well welcome back. So the Transformer 2 just came out not too long ago, and what makes this model special is, well, as you can see, it folds up automatically with a wireless key fob remote control. It does stop halfway for safety so that you don't get your hands pinched. You don't want to make sure anything is in between the railing system when it's closing, so you will have to hit the button twice. It's going to stop again halfway through for safety purposes, which personally I think is a great thing. A lot of people in the past with the previous version have had issues with their purse strap or something that's dangling getting caught up in the railing system, and the last thing we want is for someone to get their fingers pinched in that railing system. So again, that's there for safety. And before we get too far into this video, I do want to mention just two quick things. Number one, we have a free product catalog. So if you want to learn more about this product and all of our products, go on to our website, mobilitydirect.com. Click on the green button at the top of every page that says free catalog. Fill out the simple short form that pops up and you'll get one in the mail within 1 to 2 weeks tops. I also want to say that if you subscribe to our YouTube channel, you're automatically entered into our monthly giveaway raffle. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, we give away a free mobility product once a month to a random subscriber. It could be a mobility scooter, could be an electric wheelchair, and you could be the next lucky winner by subscribing. So if you're not already subscribed, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button and you could be the next lucky winner like the last few winners that you're seeing on the screen now. So let's go ahead and get started. So I've got my spec sheet here, which you can download with the link in the description of this video or by going to our website, checking out the specifications on our product page for the Transformer 2. And it can hold up to 300 pounds, just like the previous version. Transformer 2 has just replaced the Transformer 1 essentially. Now the Transformer 1 was our top selling automatic folding scooter for several years, and they made several improvements to it over time, such as adding suspension and a manual override for the automatic folding feature in case your batteries die, so that you can fold and unfold it manually to access the batteries. There's a lot of other safety features that they did with the improvements to version 1, and version 2 has in itself a lot of great improvements that we'll talk about. So the overall length of this unit is 38 inches, overall width is 18 inches. It's very compact. It fits in the trunk of even a very small vehicle like you saw in the beginning action shots where we put it in the trunk of a Cadillac, which is a sports model, CTS or ATS, and it's a very small trunk space. It fit in just fine. So the tires on this are 6 by 1.5 inches on the front and 7 inches by 2.36 inches on the rear. It goes just under 4 miles per hour, top speed, and just under 14 miles on a full charge, depending on the load and the terrain type, of course. The turning radius on this model is 55 inches. It's a 4-wheel model, it's very stable, so it's not going to have a turning radius like a 3-wheel version, but it still takes turns pretty darn well. Now the overall weight with the battery is 55 pounds. You can get it in red, blue, yellow, black, and it has automatic brakes, so you don't have to hit a brake lever or a brake pedal. You just let go of the throttle and it stops, it's locked into place. It is a rear-wheel drive system, and it has a 3¼ inch ground clearance, which is going to make it okay for going on grass for short periods of time, not full time. The seat width is 17 inches, and the seat height from the ground is 22 inches. So you don't need to be extremely tall to get into the seat. Again, from the ground where your feet are to the seat, it's 22 inches. It works on a lithium battery pack, which is rated for 24 volts, 10 amp hours. So it is TSA friendly. You can go on an airplane with it in most cases. Of course, you'll want to check with your airline company's restrictions if they have any. Some international flights and private flights, the rules and regulations do vary. But in most cases, you can fly commercially with this. You'll just have to detach the battery and bring it on your person when you get in the plane, and they'll gate check the scooter and put it with other assistive mobility devices, strollers, and things like that. When you reach your destination, the scooter will be waiting for you at the gate as soon as you get off the plane so that you can ride it through the catwalk and get back into the airport. Now, we have videos on all that to show you how that works. If you're interested in learning what it's like to travel with a mobility scooter, we have a documentary that shows you everything from start to finish on traveling with a mobility scooter. And if you want to see that video, just go ahead and click on that little link right there and you'll be able to watch it. All right, now one last thing before we get into the juicy parts of this video, the dimensions of this unit when folded. You can lower the handlebar, of course, and it takes a pretty compact shape. The dimensions here are going to be 18 inches by 22 inches by 25 inches. So if you want to take some measurements of your trunk space to make sure it fits, that's the dimension set here when it's folded. So let's go ahead and dive into it now. Enough of the boring specification talk. So I've got my wireless key fob here, and I'll just show you up close so you know what it's like. There's a little picture here. Shows you what it's like, what it looks like when it's unfolded and folded. So right now, it's in the folded position. If I wanted to unfold it, I'd hit that button. If it was in the unfolded position, I'd hit that button to fold it back up. Now the unit does have to be turned on. That's something that not a lot of videos talk about. So now that the unit's on, if I hit the unfold button once, it's going to start unfolding automatically. Pretty awesome stuff here. I love it, and I'm super impressed with the manufacturer, with the fact that they started improving it and making adjustments to it over time. It's come a long way since version 1, and this is by far my favorite automatic folding scooter. Has several comfort adjustment features, including the ability to raise the handlebar up, tilt the angle with this little lever right here, so you can bring the handlebar closer to you, higher up, lower down. Something else that's new here is that the whole system here is a double bolted system for the tiller neck. So this whole neck here, we're gonna show you. In the previous version, it wobbled a lot and it got loose a lot. So what they did with this design is they put two giant bolts, or washers rather, that screw on. So it's really sturdy. It's not wiggling like the previous model. And a lot of other folding scooters have that same issue where the handlebar assembly gets loose over time. Gotta say, this thing seems solid. All right, so while we're here, I want to talk about the floor space on the Transformer 2. We've got a lot of floor space. I have a size 12 shoe, and I can put my feet up here. I don't feel cramped up. Plenty of floor space here compared to a lot of the other models. So if you are looking for a folding mobility scooter, keep in mind most of them are going to cap out at about 250 pounds. This one does 300 pounds, and it has plenty of floor space, which is a nice pro about this automatic folding scooter compared to the rest. Now the battery, it comes out super easy. It has a little strap, just pull straight up, comes out, and they do have a docking station where you can take this inside and charge it independent from the scooter. However, if you don't have that, the battery needs to be in the scooter here, and there's a charging port up high right here. There's a little cover for it. Slide it out of the way. You plug your 3-prong barrel connector right in there. There's also a USB charging port right next to it. So if you want to charge your cell phone with the scooter, you can plug your cable in there and charge your phone while you're on the go, which we all know phones nowadays don't last nearly as long, and that's an awesome feature. So now I want to talk about this little red lever down here, or this little grab bar, if you will. Now, if your battery dies, you know, batteries, they last about 2-3 years, depending on how often you use it. And if your battery dies while it's folded, you can't really get it out because of the way this thing is designed. Here, let me show you. So we fold it up. By the way, it does stop halfway, again, just for safety. But when it's folded, you're going to realize that the steering column, or the neck here, is pressed up against the battery. You can't really get the battery out. So if your battery dies on this position, your battery's pretty much stuck. And in order to get it out, unlike other folding models that don't have an overrides lever here, with this model, you just give some action to that red lever and it unhooks the actuator, which is responsible for folding and unfolding the unit. So now I can manually unfold it and get the battery out. I mean, they really went a long way and thought about a lot of the scenarios that customers go through, and that is one of my favorite features of the automatic folding transformer 2. All right, now one thing you want to keep in mind when you use the manual override lever, the system right now, the folding motor is still technically, it thinks that it's folded. So what you have to do is go through the motion of unfolding it, and nothing's going to happen, because what's happening is that actuator that's underneath all of this is going to actually go into the unfolded position and hook back into the place where it needs to be, where it grabs onto the frame. So you can hear that actuator working, and it's reaching the point where it's going to hook back onto the part of the frame where it needs to actually start working again. There we go. So it just hooked back in. Now if I fold and unfold it, it's going to work. So keep that in mind. If you ever use that red lever, you have to go through the process of getting that arm to hook back onto the frame where it belongs, or else it's just not going to work. Pretty awesome stuff here. So while we're here, I want to show you, you can see back there on the left, there's some yellow suspension coils. And those suspension coils really help reduce the vibrations and any imperfections on the road that you might be traveling over. So if you want a smooth ride, that's something you're going to want. Regardless of what kind of scooter you're looking for, you want suspension. It's going to help dampen up those imperfections, the cracks in the sidewalk, and anything that's not smooth. Something else that's really nice is that it has anti-tip wheels in the back. So it's going to prevent you from tipping backwards if you go down an incline, or, you know, if you really go fast. No, I'm just kidding. It's not going to go fast enough to pop a wheelie. But while we're here, you see that little red lever? So we were talking about it earlier. This unit has automatic brakes. As soon as you let go of the lever, the brakes are locked in. It's in parking mode. So you can't push the unit manually. But if your battery dies and you want to push the unit manually because you don't have the power to move it, the brakes are engaged. The only way to turn the braking system off is to push that red lever down. Now I can push the unit manually. It's in neutral mode. So think of this as a parking brake lever. That's in park mode. That's in neutral. So up for parking mode. Now it's kind of confusing, but it needs to be in parking mode in order for your unit to work with the throttle and the unit turned on. So I can't push it right now. You know it's ready to go. If I turn it on, it works fine. I can hit the throttle levers and it goes forward and backwards. However, if I put this lever in the downward position, now I can push it manually. It's in neutral mode. Look what happens when I try to turn it on. It's beeping. It's not moving. It's basically telling you that, hey, for safety reasons, you need to put that parking lever back into drive mode, reset power, it's good to go. It's that simple. Aside from that, you've got a nice comfortable seat compared to a lot of other folding mobility scooters. The seats are really small. The backrest is about half the height. You've got a full backrest, armrests that come with it, and the tiller here is what's known as a Delta tiller, so it's a wraparound style tiller. You've got plenty of places to hold on to, the sides, the front, the back. And when you turn it on, you've got a nice digital display here. It tells you your voltage, and it has a gauge. So you have the actual voltage here, 29.1 volts, which is pretty much just all the way full, and a battery meter icon. Now what's nice about this unit is you've got right-handed or left-handed operation. So you can go forward by pulling back on the right side, or by pushing forward on the left side. You can also go backwards with one hand by pushing forward. There is a backup buzzer, or pulling back on the left side. So it doesn't matter if you're right-handed or left-handed. You only need one hand, in fact, one finger, to really control the forward and the backwards movement. Could be left or the right hand. Now you've got an on and off switch for the battery, or for the light switch, I'm sorry, which is right here. You also have a horn buzzer button. You have the open and close button to fold and unfold it. You don't want to do it while seated on the unit, obviously. The ignition does come with 2 keys, and the speed limiting knob. So if you go all the way counterclockwise towards the tortoise, you're going to limit that top speed. If you go all the way clockwise towards the hare, you're going to reach that top speed. Pretty nice. You also have a timer and an odometer to track your distance. All right, folks, well, you've learned enough. If you want to learn more about this product, please give our non-commissioned sales experts a call. They'd love to hear from you. They're not pushy. They just want to earn your business and recommend something that you're going to love for many, many years to come. You can also check out all of our other videos. We've taken this thing to grocery stores. We've loaded it in the trunk of cars. We have an unboxing and assembly video. There's not much assembly required, but if you want to check all that out, go ahead and check out our YouTube channel or click on the links in the description below. Until next time, everybody, I'm Sergio with Mobility Direct. Have a great day.
Let's take it real soon.